Chris, you'll be there. We'll see who else is there for us. But what jumps out to you guys about this matchup before we move on to the Fiesta Bowl?
I look at simply Jeremiah Smith versus Jahdae Barron in that Texas defensive backfield, which is really good. That'll be a really fun matchup. But Sam Leavitt was having some success throwing the ball at times. And then can Texas run the ball? They ran the ball well against Clemson. They couldn't run the ball against Arizona State. And if you can't run the ball and you're putting it all on Quinn Ewers, that's going to be trouble. Yes, Quinn Ewers has made some really good plays, but he doesn't seem like he's in a position where he can win you a game. So can Texas run the ball? And can Jeremiah Smith get open? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, well, I want to see if Texas can block this Ohio State front. I mean, obviously led by Jack Sawyer. We saw the pressure that they got on Dylan Gabriel today, and it makes me nervous. I mean, we've seen Banks, the starting left tackle, unanimous All-American. He's been dealing with an ankle injury all season long. He went down today. Again, their right tackle, starting right tackle wasn't even playing. So their reserve tackle who would have went in for Banks, he was already playing right tackle. So they had to scrape the bottom of the barrel to go get another left tackle. And then, you think about Quinn's limited mobility like that. And that's ankle or not, that's oblique or not. Quinn is not a mobile quarterback. He's not going to beat you with his legs. How is he going to avoid this rush? How is he going to create time? And what really concerns me, and this has been something that I've studied with Texas offense all season long, something I can't understand, is why does Steve Sarkisian make Quinn Ewers turn his back to the defense so much? I know they love play action pass. I know they want to emphasize having a good run game and they want to be two-dimensional. But when you have a quarterback who is limited mobility-wise naturally, then he's coming off an ankle injury and you're telling him to turn his back to the defense against an Ohio State rush that is purely phenomenal, that is savage, that does not stop until they get pressure on the quarterback. That just seems like a recipe for disaster to me. So the matchup is going to be this defensive line of Ohio State, Quinn Ewers. How is he going to be able to navigate the pocket? How is he going to be able to set protections to protect himself? How is he going to call audibles and hot routes? Sort of similar, not sort of, but how he did today on that 4th and 13 play to Golden to send it to overtime. Like, how is he going to be able to do that? Which matchup, which trench battle, or which side of the trenches is going to win? I think that's going to be a big determining factor in this game.
Also, correction, by the way, per our great friends at BetMGM, they have Ohio State favored by 6.5. That feels right. Over under like 54.5.
Now, Chris, I want to ask you because, like you said, this Jeremiah Smith, Jahdae Barron matchup should feed families. But if you're Texas, do you just say screw it and just play zone? Do you primarily sit back and not let Jeremiah Smith take the top off the defense, make Will Howard make the correct throw at the right time every single time, make the run game be a factor, make these backs get into play? Because today, like, without anybody else on the field, Ohio State could have won with just Will Howard and Jeremiah Smith. Like, let's be honest. But if I'm Texas, I don't want to let that happen. How do you see that, Chris?
I think it depends how much pressure you can get with the defensive line as well, because Will Howard is making all of those throws right now. Those ones that we didn't think he could make, he can make it. But can this defensive line, which I think is better than Oregon's, better than most teams, but probably on par with Michigan, which caused a lot of problems. If you can stop the run with 4, if you can get pressure with 4, I think that's obviously going to change what you do on the back end. But it's tough, man. It's not, I mean, they got Jeremiah Smith, they got Ibukwe. Like, they have so many weapons here. It's like, it's tough. It's tough. But we know, the best way to stop it is to get pressure on the quarterback.